Welcome back to Cocktails and Classics. I'm Dylan. Joining me as always are Ben, Zach, and Cam. And April's over. We're moving on to Seven by David Fincher. 1995 crime drama thriller. To kick things off and get everybody in the right mood, we're going to go to this week's cocktail. Movie focused on death, murder. They're detectives. So why not do kind of like to me, this movie is definitely like a classic crime movie. So we're going to do a classic cocktail. One of Ernest Hemingway's favorites, The Death in the Afternoon. It's very simple. You guys like simple cocktails. How about 1.5 ounces of absinthe and 4.5 ounces of chilled champagne?
Hell yeah.
Nice and easy.
When you mix them together, it gets like this cloudy, like opaque drink. Because I was telling Ben earlier, I guess there's a science to it, that the aromatic compounds in absinthe are more soluble in alcohol than water. So when the absinthe is diluted, those compounds drop out of solution, crowd together. What we see is a cloudiness. This is also notable in the absinthe drip, where you drip it through into water. Or I think you pour absinthe and then you drip the water through the sugar cube. You know what I'm talking about? Like the classic, the classic way you prepare it.
Yes.
You can tell
the
I've
only
never
way
tried
I've ever had absinthe, right, guys?
Yep.
Check the show notes below. Get yourself some absinthe and some chilled champagne. Well, you have to chill the champagne yourself, sorry. But use the Drizzly and Cashco links to get that absinthe and champagne delivered directly to your door. We get a little kickback from it. You get alcohol. So what's not to love? Make a Death in the Afternoon and let us know what you think at Cocktails and Classics Pod on Instagram. Send us a picture. And you can check out Seven on HBO Max as of recording. This movie's always hard to find, I feel like, because it's I feel like the title on IMDb and everywhere is SE, the character for Seven.
Yeah, but if you search Seven, it usually pops up, I think.
It did. It did for me.
It did for me when I did, because I did the voice Seven on the HBO app, and it showed up.
Okay. Seven is a 1995 crime drama. IMDb says mystery. I feel like it's more of a thriller.
It's a mystery. You don't know who did it until three-quarters of the way through it.
You don't really get
though.
You don't get a lot of suspect. You know what I mean? There's not a ton of mystery in terms of here's 4 suspects and we're gonna figure out who did it. It's more hey, here's this killer, we don't know who it. Oh, surprise! It's actual bad guy Kevin Spacey.
It's Geyser Sose.
Yeah, there's not much deduction. I say a detective movie, but it's not really they're deducing anything. It's not like a noir film in that sense, because they do get a few of the answers, but Kevin Spacey, and he points it out in the movie, turns himself in at the the end of the movie. It's would you have ever caught me?
Part of that is that they kind of threw him off. That they threw him off his game because they
rushed him.
Illegally used FBI spy tactics to basically try and find his apartment.
Illegally, I guess.
What do you mean, I guess?
Well, the Patriot Act didn't exist yet, Dylan, so it was illegal at the time.
That's true. It's always funny. Don't get me wrong. I like the crime drama series, and I like these types of movies a lot. But it is funny that these movies kind of normalize cops going outside of the system to find the bad guy. They're if we just do this thing that's definitely not legal, we're gonna do it anyway. We'll find the bad guy and catch him.
People love a hero.
I feel like that happens a lot.
I mean, I guess here's my question: how is that illegal? I mean, the public library system and the books that you've rented, how is that an illegal forms of?
Well, they feed it to the government. I mean, it's basically
who do you think funds the libraries?
Okay, the government. I know, but I'm saying this is an interesting conversation because I imagine
it's an NSA thing.
They're just sharing receipts, baby.
Right, but I'm just saying if we were to go back to 1995 and have this conversation, I feel like you wouldn't think that. I feel like you'd be yeah, of course that's illegal.
I guess.
Why would they do that? Why would the government be tracking our library purchases?
I hope you're not buying stuff from the library, but...
but we just live in, the post-9/11 world, we just live in a totally different environment, that doesn't even sound that bad.
It's kind of normalized.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound that bad. Like, oh yeah, them reading library records. That's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays it's like, oh, we went through all of your text messages that you've ever sent. Oh, okay.
Your entire
Right.
search history.
I
You
kind of
didn't want to just look at my library books? Like, can we do that?
I kind of feel like the FBI should just look at who's a regular visitor of the libraries nowadays and probably just arrest them for something creepy, you know?
Oh no.
Doesn't matter what they're reading. We just know it's not right.
Yeah, who's going to the library and checking out multiple books, you know?
People who like to read and not pay for books. I don't know.
Psychos.
I guess here's a question: do you think it would be more, I guess, accepted in your eyes if they made it publicly available? Well, I don't know. That might be actually more fucked up.
That would be
On the
worse.
blockchain.
No, I was thinking if they made publicly available what information they had on you, like what the database
Oh, if you could
they have on
request
camera.
it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you can. The Freedom of Information Act. Is
You
that
could. I think you.
count for
I
that?
don't know. I think there might be some things you can request. I know you can do that for private companies, which is, again, fucked up. I'm even saying this in this age, but like Google, you can request all the data Google or Facebook have on you, and they'll tell you. I don't know if the same is true of the government. Maybe, maybe they don't have anything, but once you ask if you have something, they definitely will have something on you now.
I'm calling their bluff. You have information on me.
They'll be like, no, but we're starting today.
All in.
No, but should we?
You're right. Yeah.
Shit, he's on to us.
Seven was directed by David Fincher, written by Andrew Kevin Walker, stars Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt,
Wow.
Kevin
Brad
Spacey,
Pitt.
Tell us how
Good
you really
pick.
feel.
More
Gwyneth
like good Pitt,
Paltrow.
am I right?
R. Lee Army's in there.
Yep,
and,
Arlie Army plays the chief.
I feel like
plays
the other.
only role he can play in this movie.
Yeah, I guess.
The coroner is in a lot of stuff. I can't remember.
Yeah, he was in The Wire.
Yeah, he's in the
As a
Wire. I
coroner?
feel like he's in a lot of stuff.
No, he plays a detective.
The dude from Scrubs.
John C. McGinley
John
is
C.
in it
McGinley,
for a
yes,
little
he
bit.
plays the
Yeah.
SWAT officer.
California.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say he has a name, and then it's said once. I feel like right at the end of the movie when he's in the helicopter, he's like, "Don't come in here." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That-
crazy. So talking about the guy who plays the coroner, who's also on The Wire, Reg E. Cathy, also paired up. Well, I guess more than paired, teamed up with Kevin Spacey and David Fincher on House of Cards. He played Reggie, the barbecue guy.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which David Fincher was a producer on, and obviously Kevin Spacey starred in
Man.
until we.
Well, he was
canceled
also.
him.
I think he created.
Yeah,
the
the
first
series.
season.
I think he did create that. The series was going downhill at that point. I mean, it was really good. House of Cards was really, really good until it wasn't.
I don't think these celebrities want to be known as having been teamed up with Kevin Spacey.
No.
I think the other thing that I found kind of interesting, I had noted, or I started to note the super '90s intro to the movie. I was like, this sounds like Nine Inch Nails, and then
It is.
turns out to be Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
But Trent Reznor later teams up with David Fincher
Kevin
and has
Spacey?
scored
Oh.
I think his last 4 or 5.
Trent Reznor's done a
Movies?
lot of movie scores. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I think his first one was Gone Girl with
Okay.
David Fincher. But I found that little tidbit kind of interesting. 7 is the story of 2 detectives, a rookie and a veteran. They're kind of the rookie, Brad Pitt's character, is taking over for the veteran who's retiring. Hunt a serial killer who uses the 7 deadly sins as his motives. Currently sits at an 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb. It's the number 19 top-rated movie on the IMDb Top 250. Was nominated for 1 Oscar, Best Film Editing.
That's crazy to me.
I feel like that's most movies on that. Was Fight Club nominated for anything? Because I
I
feel
don't
like that movie is heavily beloved, super high on the. I think it's number 9 or 10 on the top 250.
Yeah,
And it's
it's up there.
I feel like a lot of movies that people love aren't always like highly regarded with the Academy.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason Dark Knight was because of Heath Ledger. You know?
Well, it also got Best Picture nominated. It was the reason Best Picture was spread into nine nominees now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much of that had to do...
Fight Club was nominated for Best Effects.
What was?
Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Oh, okay.
But at least this,
But I feel like part of Batman being nominated was Heath Ledger in it. You know?
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, it definitely generated a lot more buzz for the movie, as much as people don't like to admit it, but it did.
I mean, it certainly had an impact. I don't think he wins that award if he didn't die that year. I mean, again, not that
Robert
he's saying
Downey
he
Jr.
didn't-
would have won it.
For what?
Tropic Thunder.
Oh my god. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but it does feel like, you know, him passing away unfortunately did have an impact.
Yeah, that's that like posthumous
Yeah.
little boost you get. I had seen this film. Zach, I think we were super surprised last week when you hadn't seen it. That kind of
Right.
forced us to do this. And then Kim, you haven't seen it, but you saw the Watch Mojo.
No, it's okay.
He Googled it one day. He heard a guy asking a question. He Googled the answer.
No,
What
so
is in the box?
Hey Siri, what's in the box?
No, so I think this movie is just one of those where the ending is just so pervasive in pop culture. The end is referenced by so many things. Like who here hasn't heard the quote "What's in the box"? You know, like everybody knows what that is. Well, okay, yes, I'm saying like before you saw this movie, like everybody has heard that. You know, in whatever medium, you know, and it's hard to not know. I'm surprised you didn't know how it ended because I feel like that's again like another thing.
I've been avoiding that for 27 years.
I was
Like,
saying,
it's like
when
the
you
whole-
said that you didn't know, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Like, I feel like this movie is referenced everywhere so often that, like, I was like, how do you not know?
I think the other thing is Zach, did you know the location of the end of the movie? Because I feel like the high wire, like end of the movie is like the most iconic movie location.
Yeah, that's when I knew the What's in the Box was coming. I've seen the video, and it looks like it takes place in like a desert electric place. So when I saw that in Brad Pitt, I'm like, all right, here it comes. I'm going to know what's in the box.
it's his wife's head.
It's interesting watching it like now and you know it and stuff, and you're like,
Yeah.
how like ham-fisted they are a little bit with it. Like Kevin Spacey's like, I can't wait for you to see this.
Yeah, I feel
You're
like they're
gonna be
leading up
famous
to
for
it
this.
so hard. They're leading up to it so hard going in. It feels obvious in hindsight, yeah.
Like, how did I not know?
Like, he's, like, dropping hints the entire car ride and, like, basically taunting him, even though he doesn't know it, you know?
Yeah, I will say the scene where they are out and Kevin Spacey's, you know, we as the audience has found out what's going on because Morgan Freeman's opened the box and kind of freaked out about it. But when Kevin Spacey's just like taunting him and says like the you know, she pleaded for her life and the life of the baby inside her, and Brad Pitt's face, I was telling Dylan before we started, like, waiting any minute now for my son to be here. Like, that shit hit hard.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's not gonna, like, I know it's coming. And then it happens, and I was like, oh my god damn, that's hard to hear. It's hard to experience that, like, knowing, like, that's basically every parent or expecting parent's, like, worst fear is to hear something happened, and, like, to hear that was just like, oh my god. It's like getting punched in the nuts. I was like, oh god, I don't know if I can keep watching this. Thank god it's the end.
And also the fact that he had to process all of that. Like, he didn't know either, right? So it's like...
No, he literally didn't know
he had to process...
she was pregnant.
that she was
that his
pregnant.
wife died, and he was going to have a child, but he's not having a child because this guy in front of him murdered his wife and also his future child.
Yeah.
I know that the good ending would have been him not to shoot Kevin Spacey in the face, but I don't know.
We can all just thank God he shot Kevin Spacey in the face.
Gotta
Because
do a
I'll
little
be
more of that
honest,
around
like,
here.
at that moment, like, as he's wavering, there were times where I'm just like, fuck it, do it. Like, any jury that hears what just happened is going to give you some sort of leniency. They're going to be
Right.
like, I would have done the same thing. I don't know that we can convict him because I would have done the same thing. I think any normal person would have done the same thing.
I forgot how like fucked up this movie gets towards like the end.
Yeah.
I had totally, I blacked out. Maybe been too young when I watched this movie. The lust scene
Oh
where
my
Yeah.
where
god.
they like are like, oh yeah, he made me wear this, and like I had to have sex with her, and it was like a strap on with like a blade on the end.
Yeah, it was like a
And I
knife
was like,
thing, yeah.
the fuck? Like I don't remember this part.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Forgot about the part, like, I remembered that it had happened. Like, the part where he frames the guy that he's been keeping alive for
Oh yeah.
like a year, but I forgot when you find him and like he wakes up, like just how fucking haunting it was. Like, goddamn, like this dude, literally, I don't think if he doesn't turn himself in, he never gets caught.
Yeah, like he's got all those
Like-
air fresheners in that room too to like keep the stench
To mask the smell.
at bay.
Yeah.
It's the best tenant they've ever had. Pays
Yeah.
on time every month. Doesn't complain.
Pays on time every month. I never hear from him or about him. Like, yeah.
Turns out he's just chained to a bed
No tongue.
and a mummy.
I was chained to a bed once.
And
And, okay.
I don't know that I want to even hear the rest of what
Would you
his
like to
ex done with
elaborate
it.
beyond that, or
Well, you guys were there.
it was to
Oh!
it was to stop him from
no?
Transforming.
None
into
of them were there. I
Wolverine.
don't think actually.
It
I was
for an
chained to the
escape
bed
room.
too.
They chained us
Yeah.
to a metal bed.
Oh,
Yeah, we went to an escape room and they like blindfolded us or something and brought us in and they literally handcuffed us all to this metal bed frame.
interesting.
Like, all right, good luck, and then they left the room.
Hey,
Also, it was in the
how
dark.
you guys spend your free time is up to you.
I mean, it was fun, right?
Yeah, especially the first part.
All right.
One of the things I noticed, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, is during the scene where they first get Kevin Spacey in there and they start to interrogate him, or he's talking to the lawyer, sorry, and they're on the other side of the glass. The scene looks very rough because you can see, like, their outline is like slightly illuminated, so you can tell that it's like on a green screen. And,
Oh,
like,
I didn't
Kevin,
notice that.
the part with Kevin Spacey is inside, like shot separately.
Oh,
Uh,
I didn't know that actually. I didn't notice.
I didn't either.
Did anyone notice how homophobic Mills was throughout the entire movie?
oh,
Yeah, he was like 90s cool guy.
yeah. He's like, oh, we can't be on the same side of the table because I think we're on a date. Okay.
Like he talks about that. He talks about getting fucked. Like, yeah,
A good F-bomb or two.
yeah. He dropped some homophobic slurs.
oh yeah, talking about Dante.
Yeah.
And
All right, dude.
He
knows
he
that
also
You can give
he
it a
also
rest.
says the R word.
hard.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He
90s
also
cool guy. He had a leather jacket.
yeah.
It's like, oh man, like what is what is going on? It just felt so weird, out of place at times.
He
Like,
was
really?
too focused on the subject.
Well, I think part of the thing is that he's like a small town
Yeah, he is.
guy.
Yeah.
Too,
And he forced
so
his wife to move to the big city so he could be a detective in the big city.
to L.A., the big city.
Is it in LA?
I believe it is L.A.
They never say it in the
don't
movie.
specify.
They never say.
They
never
allude
say,
to it
but,
being
like-
they allude to it being New York,
Yeah.
but then they're out in the desert and people were like, "You can't be in New York. You're in the fucking desert."
Yeah.
And it took you like a half hour to get here. And then there was like, then basically it came out and they were like, "Oh, it's never actually confirmed where the movie takes place." It's like, okay, so
You're not familiar with the Maryland desert?
Yeah, the deserts.
you
of
not heard of the
Philadelphia.
Great New Jersey Desert?
May as well be, am I right? Ew.
But it's...
I have no opinion towards New Jerseyans. I don't care.
Cam's
Just had to go on the record.
low-hanging fruit.
Right. Yeah, just had to go on the record. I don't care. There's a funny
New
joke
Jersey's
about
like,
New York.
everyone else in the world shits on us, but all
Right.
right, Cameron, come on, bring it.
Yeah, I didn't know Gwyneth Paltrow was in this movie for
Yeah, the egg lady.
the Goop lady.
This
Free.
box smells like my vagina.
Oh God.
What a turn! What a turn for someone. Like pretty decent actress into fake health.
Was she decent? What was she decent in?
This
You
movie,
think she's decent? I think she's fine.
Iron Man. She's whatever as Pepper Potts.
I mean, but like, is she a good actress? I don't know. if
I
would
said
say she's a good
decent.
actress. Decent
I've never
is
been
still
like,
very good.
I've never
I
been
don't
like,
know.
damn, I hate this movie because Gwyneth Paltrow's in it.
Well, no. Well, maybe now, but yeah, no.
Well, maybe now, but
Maybe not back then before Goop and whatever the fucking.
yeah, I don't.
She's basically Joe Rogan for girls. You know.
Yeah,
Why are you giving me
Yeah.
the side eye?
Yeah, I was gonna. I mean, she doesn't have crazy right wing views, does she?
Well, no, but she tries to.
crazy left-wing views.
She's like
Yeah, and
Alex
she
Jones if you're talking about peddling like her fucking health.
No, Rogan does that too. He peddles all that random bullshit on his podcast
Oh,
and
yeah.
his site.
My dick pills. Come get some dick pills.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, buy these fucking protein shits, you know?
Protein shits. You're not doing a good job of selling. Cam's not doing any more commercials from here on out for us.
Come buy the
yeah.
protein shits.
Only
from us.
Ben and Zach commercials from here on out.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that turned out wonderfully last time.
have you guys heard of this thing called vagina candles?
Oh my god.
It's where you can make a podcast and smell like a
Because
vagina.
was she the one that also did that, like... Didn't she try to live on, like, a super low budget for a bit?
And
Was that
couldn't.
her?
I
don't
I
remember.
think that was her.
She's
I
like,
think
oh,
I
I'm
know what
gonna
you're
live
talking
on like a very small amount of budget, and then I think it didn't last very long.
Well, probably
like-
because she realized she couldn't afford her own fucking products.
Right. Also, yeah, I don't know. She just
I'm living on a butt. Holy shit, this Goop stuff is expensive.
How
Yeah.
about that, Gwyneth?
Yeah, take that.
Come on the pod and defend yourself.
You won't. I also won't attack you if you're on the podcast because I would like to have you back as a guest again.
I'll rescind all my comments right
Because
now.
I'm not an asshole.
Another thing I thought was weird is, so at the top of the billing list, you have Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey. Makes sense, sure. The fourth person is Andrew Kevin Walker, who played Deadman at First Crime Scene.
He is like credited first on the credits
Yeah.
list.
Yeah, like if you look at if on the credits, I think he's literally behind those three, like in the credits list. And then you have Detective Taylor at the First Crime Scene, and then Gwyneth Paltrow. Which is so odd.
It's interesting because in the movie, in the opening credits of the movie, Kevin Spacey isn't listed.
Right. Well, they did that intentionally.
Yeah, they wanted it to be a surprise. I'm kind of surprised that Arlie Ermy wasn't near the top there.
Oh, you know what I think they did? Is they put the three big guys at the top, and then they just went order of appearance.
I guess. But
That's
was
possible.
Gwyneth Paltrow not
She
a big
wasn't in it.
name back then?
No, I don't
Well, no,
think
but
so.
no, you don't think so? Okay.
No, I don't think she had done a heck of a lot at that point.
Pre-95, we have...
She was in Shakespeare in Love in 98.
But that's after.
Okay,
this
that
movie.
was after
I
this
know,
movie.
I know.
She was young Wendy in Hook,
Ooh.
and that's like the only movie that I know of on this list.
Yeah, that's true. Before this, there's not much.
Yeah,
but then,
I mean,
She
then
lasted,
she's Emma in Emma.
She lasted 4 days on the Snap Challenge, which is
Oh, that's what it was?
to live off of $4 a day.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. It's like, oh, I appreciate what these people go through. No, because you went back to your cushy, Manhattan loft or whatever, and like, fuck off.
Did anybody else think that Tracy was gonna try to hook up with Somerset?
Yeah, for sure.
That was the major vibe I got. And then she
That's
called
what it
him,
felt like.
like, I need you to meet me somewhere. Then they end up at a diner, and I'm like, oh my god.
I thought
Oh my
I
God.
thought that too. I was like, wait, what the hell is this?
No, she's
Why did
just
she
looking
call
for
him and
comfort.
invite him over to dinner?
Because
No, she was
it's
being weird before
it's
that.
a partner.
So that makes sense, but they were getting along too friendly at dinner, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like she was
Well, that's
laughing
like-
a little too long at his.
Don't
Not
worry,
even a joke.
I'm not gonna
him
wear it
laughing.
to dinner.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought the same vibe. I mean, obviously that's not where it went, but I thought that was the same thing, yeah.
Did anyone think Brad Pitt? Dude, I don't know why I
Dude,
can't
you
Jesus
get
cannot
Christ.
get this guy's fucking name
You're
right.
just
Shark. Short. Shriek.
shrimp.
Bad Pitt.
Did anyone else think Brap Bat?
Bad kits.
Did anyone
Brett
else
Pad?
think that Brad Pitt's acting in the police car was a little rough? Like, I just think when he was kind of like taunting Kevin Spacey in the cruiser, it was like just felt a little forced. I
Think
don't know.
so?
There are times where, in watching this movie, that Brad Pitt's performance doesn't wow me.
And it was just weird too, because I guess because how the camera set up is kind of like looking right at him, and he kind of like looks at you because you're in the spot of where the partner would be. So it just kind of feels like super weird, that whole exchange. I mean, like, granted, I think he does a great job at the end. Like,
Yeah.
once he's like showing his emotion and stuff, I'm like, damn. But and even in the police cruiser, once he gets on to Kevin Spacey, because Kevin Spacey's like, you would never caught me. I saved your life. You have to think of every day of your life that I spared you. Like, oh shit.
Every day of your life that I let you live. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I think he was trying to play it. I think he was trying to play it over the top and cocky on purpose. I'm not saying like he did it super well, but I think it was kind of like, haha, we caught you. We have you in our squad car. We got you, and he's like being like kind of like pompous and cocky about it. Obviously, in retrospect, not a great look, but
So is Wrath Kevin Spacey?
what?
No, Brad Pitt is.
No. So, yeah, the murder of Gwyneth
Oh, no,
Paltrow's character
well-
was Kevin Spacey murdering her because he was envious.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Kevin Spacey's death was
Is-
because of wrath.
Wrath.
It is weird that he's doing all of these like killings, and then he kills. I'm trying to think, because what's the first? The first victim is
Gluttony, then greed.
It's Gluttony's
So-
the big guy. Greed is the
The lawyer.
The lawyer. Yeah.
Sloth is the dude who's like still alive. Pride was the girl who was like the picture
The
and
vein.
he, like cut her nose off.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleeping pills.
Lust is the
The
prostitute.
prostitute.
And
The
then
knife
envy and then wrath.
So, but that's the thing is, like, he kills all of these other people for these sins, but he kills Gwyneth Paltrow because he
Yeah.
is the sinner.
The logic was definitely kind of shaky there for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah, I think because you're right. Because he kills those other people because they embody the sin.
The sin. Yeah.
But she doesn't. He is the one that is envious.
Yeah.
And then furthermore,
He doesn't
Brad
kill
Pitt is the
Wrath.
one that
He's
embodies
killed
wrath.
by wrath.
yeah, his logic's a little shaky. I think
Yeah.
if you
Although,
want to explain
to
that,
be expected due to the fact that he's kind of, you got to assume he's got to be a psychopath, right?
yeah, of course. But I
Well,
think
he was
part
in
of that.
audible mode.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think part of that is just kind of he was freewheeling it at that point because he had been kind of caught, and he was just kind of like, "What the fuck am I like? What am I gonna do now?"
Yeah.
The fuck?
Oh, how am I going to have time to stalk and find someone guilty of envy?
How am I
Well,
going to take
me.
a year to murder this person?
Yeah, it does seem kind of strange. He took a whole year, and then it kind of all unwound and fell apart within a matter of a couple days.
because you borrowed some library books.
Right. Also, like, go to a bookstore and pay cash. You know, like, what if if he had just done that? I feel like they wouldn't have caught him at all.
Yeah, and the fact that I will say it's the one thing that, like, I want to know more about his background of how he was just independently wealthy enough to do all of this shit.
We need a 6.
They're just like, all we know about him is that he doesn't have any fingerprints. He's well educated and he's independently wealthy.
Right.
Like,
From
okay.
what?
From what?
Does this dude have a fucking makeshift counterfeit clothing store in LA or something? Like, what? Where does this wealth come from?
Zach, I don't know if you can get a 6 because 6 is kind of afraid of 7.
Why? Why?
Why?
Tell me why.
You guys thought my jokes were bad with the last episode. I just want you to acknowledge what just happened.
The thing that always gets me in movies, one thing I like hate is, in this one, it was the like, he gets in the taxi and the taxi driver's like, "Where are you headed?" Far away from here. Okay, cool.
I want to see the next 5 minutes of that scene.
When he said that, I was like, where is that? Where are you going? That's not helpful. As a taxi driver, that is not helpful.
Taxi driver's
He's pissed.
Taxi driver's just going to be like, I know a great little trailer out in the middle of the desert.
It's like in movies where it's like, yeah, where are you going? Home. Where the fuck is home?
Home. Way to let the random strange taxi driver know where you live.
Speaking of that trailer, did anybody think it was weird that the helicopter dude is like, "Yep, it's all clear. Absolutely zero chance of an ambush." Pan down to a trailer that could be full of people.
Yeah.
It's fine. They did a threat assessment. They did an ocular pat down of the trailer. It's fine.
This is the part of the show where Zach takes over and does trivia. Hopefully it's not just what read from the IMDb trivia section. But Zach, what do you got for us on 7?
Question number 1. Which of the victims of John Doe's 7 deadly sins was the first victim? A, greed, B, gluttony, or C, sloth?
Well, it's sloth, right? I think it's sloth. C.
Describe victim to me.
Becomes a victim.
Becomes a victim.
Right.
Is victimized. Has the victim
becomes a victim. Becomes a victim, answer sloth, for sure. I think. Unless there's something I'm missing. Right?
I mean, I would imagine it would have to be sloth because it's been
It's a year.
Say something about it being a year.
It was a year prior.
And I think all of the gluttony stuff happened fairly quickly, right?
Oh,
yeah, it was all in a week.
Yeah, because
they foie gras his ass.
Yeah.
And they found the dead guy.
Because of the smell.
They're not exactly clear on that timeline, but I think they made it very clear that he had been doing he had been torturing that one guy for a whole year.
I'm glad Zach got my foie gras joke.
It was
I
good.
got it.
I
got it.
Good foie gras.
Yeah, I'm going to go with everyone else. I think it's sloth because it said a year to the day.
It was. I thought I was going to trip you up on that, but we just got done talking about it.
We did.
All right, cool. I think we would have gotten it anyway.
Anywho, how many years has William Somerset been a police officer?
8,000.
24. That's a lot. B, 28. Or C, 34.
I mean, seems like it would be 34, right? I don't know. I mean, how long? Police officer or detective? They probably don't differentiate. I think you said police officer, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say 34.
What was it, 24? 28, 34?
24, 28, 34.
I guess we kind of have to, like... I feel like it's clearly said, but then now I'm trying to, like, assume how old Morgan Freeman's character is to, like, be like, do I think he would have worked 34 years? Or I don't think it's 34. I think it's 24.
I'm saying 34 for 2 reasons.
Shit.
One, I feel
says
like
it in the movie.
I feel like he's been like it's been talked about that he's talked about retiring before, and he hasn't, which makes me think that he has his 30 years in. I feel like that's normally like
Who the fuck's putting in 30 years?
I mean, a lot of like if he started when he was 25, he'd be 55. A retirement, like. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like a commonish thing. Also, it's the only number that Zach gave us that's not divisible by 7. No, that's not true. Fuck, never mind. Cut that part out. Cut that part out. I just realized.
That sounded really cool for like a split second.
Maybe it's 28 because it is divisible by 7. Shit. No, I think it's 34.
It is 34. He says it
Nice.
on the way to go raid, who is eventually known to be Sloth.
He says in 34
Oh,
years,
yeah, like
I've only pulled a gun, I've only pulled the gun with intention to shoot once.
But he didn't.
Right.
But he didn't.
Which I thought was foreshadowing for him, like freezing up at the end of the movie. But anywho, question number 3. Oh, this one will be good because it's Ben and Cam. How many 35mm reels does 7 take up?
I'm still in it.
You're not in it.
No, you're not.
I'm 2-0, bud.
I guess they could both get
Oh
it
shit!
wrong.
Actually,
you could get it right,
Dylan's
and
1-1. Yeah.
Nah,
I'm
bro,
1-1.
you suck.
Okay.
No, you suck.
How many 35mm reels does 7 take up? A,
Oh fuck, Dylan knows
5,
this.
B, 7, or C, 9?
He's got this tattooed across his chest.
He got an NFT barcode tattooed on him with the answer to this question.
Too bad I don't have a barcode scanner. No.
Should have done QR code.
the answer to the question.
Man, I don't even know. I mean, I guess I'll go. All the answers have been on the higher end. At least the last one was. I want to go 7, but I'm not sure. I guess I'll go 7. Because it's the movie title, 7. That'd be pretty hot if it was also the amount of film reels it took up.
I have no fucking idea, and to be honest, I feel like I want to pick a. I like the 7 because of the film, but I'm gonna go with 5.
I do think it's 5 reels.
Well, that would be silly if it was because it's 7.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's go. The trivia gods have smiled upon me today.
Cameron goes up one
Can you
additional
say the
slot
same,
on the
brothers?
trivia sheet.
2 of us had seen this film before, so you're going to get 2 nostalgia ratings and then an updated, and you're going to get 2 fresh ratings from these 2 goobs. So which goob
Big Goop.
wants to go first?
You know which Goop is going first. The same one that goes first every week.
Yeah, but this other goob
Goobin.
didn't watch the Watch Mojo, so you have slightly more knowledge than the other goob.
Oh my god. Anyway,
It's the secret sauce.
so what's this was a really good movie. I like these types of movies. I like crime dramas in general. I know it's not technically that, I
like
guess,
crime.
but
Big crime.
these are good. I like mysteries. It's a fun time. Obviously, the content is can get very dark, but I think all the people acting in the movie do a very good job. I don't have a ton negative to say about it. It kind of sucks knowing. I mean, again, like it's just the ending is so prolific in pop culture that it's hard to avoid having any clue of how this movie ends. Which I feel like if you're watching this movie for the first time in like '95, I imagine the end kind of like blew your mind a little bit. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Thought it was great. Yeah, that's the thing. It is very much like that. It's like if we all know the end of that, or at least like the big twist, and I feel like it's a little bit cheapened, but in this movie, I feel like it's not as big of a deal. Like, sure, you kind of know where it's going, but you have no idea how it's going to get there. And I think that makes it really good.
To tie this to another Watch Mojo you watched, Cam, the DP for this
Fucking
movie,
God.
DP'd Uncut Gems.
Uncle John.
Uncut Gems. How's David
Zach?
Fincher's muse when he wrote Mindhunter?
I get to be the passenger Goop. I ride
Take that how you
shotgun
will.
on the Goop squad. I somehow did not know how this movie ended. I didn't know what was in the box, and I thought it was really good, basically in every aspect. Aside from, I thought Brad Pitt was okay in the movie, and I did not like Gwyneth Paltrow really at all in the movie. I wish they would have maybe found somebody different. But other than that, the movie was rainy. It was creepy. Kevin Spacey plays an amazing creep. Method acting.
He's not really playing a creep. He is a creep.
And I will also give the movie a 9 out of 10.
Ew. Apparently Val Kilmer turned down the role of John Doe. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Thank God.
I don't know. I actually feel like Val Kilmer is fucking terrific, and
Val
he would
Kilmer
have
would have
been
done great.
phenomenal.
Because he's fucking
Think
crazy
so?
now.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
I
he
fucking
lost
love
his
Val
voice.
Kilmer. If you don't like Val Kilmer as an actor and you haven't seen the movie Tombstone, we'll do that on the podcast, and you're gonna be like, "Holy
I haven't
fuck,
seen
Val
Tombstone,
Kilmer is
no.
amazing," and he got robbed of an Oscar. I'll say it right now.
Academy is
You
coming
heard it
after
here
Ben.
first on this podcast. Val Kilmer was robbed for his Oscar in Tombstone. So 7. I have seen this movie probably a couple of times. It is 100% my type of movie. It's the kind of crime thriller. It's kind of got mystery in it. And the fact that, and I will say the only like mystery movie thing that I feel like really kind of sells it for me is the fact that you actually have seen John Doe before the reveal, because you see him early on in the movie as the guy trying to like photograph the crime scene. So he kind of plays into the trope that they always return to the scene of the crime. So I guess in that sense, it kind of plays into that like, oh, try to figure out who the killer is. But you actually have seen who the killer is. You don't really know a name. Going into it, I had it as a 9. I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, that knowing the ending, I will say, watching this movie for the first time, the twist is one thing. After having seen it, it's not. It doesn't hit as hard. So I feel like it is something that it's definitely like the first time you watch it's probably going to be the most impactful if you haven't been spoiled by it. But also the twist of like Brad Pitt not knowing, and that whole scene, like I said, just hit so much different now, which I've never wanted to be that person that's like, oh my god, having a child and it changes you. But that fucking scene hits so much
Yeah,
harder.
it's gonna get real old.
It hits so much harder when that happens. So yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's really well done. I think Morgan Freeman. Yeah, I feel like people remember this movie for Brad Pitt's performance, but I feel like Morgan Freeman's better. Highly recommend it. It's probably up there as one of my favorite movies.
Going in, I gave this movie an 8 out of 10. It's really well done. But this is like the birth of Fincher's style. Honestly, movie-wise, I think this is my favorite David Fincher movie. I think this is miles ahead of Fight Club. I'm going to leave it at an 8 out of 10. I think it's really well done. There's moments that kind of lack for me. Like we said, the Brad Pitt in the car, Gwyneth Paltrow kind of ham-fisted into the movie, almost, I would say. Like, they literally just are kind of like bring her into scenes to basically build her into more of a character, so then they can murder her at the end. Like, other than that, she literally has no point in the film. Like, there's one dinner scene, and then she talks to Morgan Freeman at a diner, and then it's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I mean her entire point of the film is for the end. That's it.
To get a haircut.
Emotional impact at the end of the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I think an 8 out of 10, it's really well done. It is my favorite Fincher, and I think people should watch it if you haven't. I should have said this at the front, but I feel like if you've made it this far, still check out the movie even though we spoiled it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Cocktails and Classics Pod. Hit the show notes below, make yourself a death in the afternoon, and use the Drizzling and Casker links to get you some alcohol delivered directly to your door, and we get a little kickback from that. Check us out next week as we watch Tombstone. And as always, don't forget to share with your friends and family, and watch responsibly.